We're back on the Lowcountry Regional Airport property with businessman Marco Cavazonni, formerly with Boeing. Marco, great to have you on our program, Behind the Golden Shovel. I'm interested to know why you thought this area was a gold mine.
You know, great to be here, Robyn. And we came to South Carolina for Boeing, when Boeing made the decision to come in the 787 and really live firsthand what economic development, what a company can do to have a positive impact on a community and really to create prosperity in that community. As my years at Boeing started to get closer and closer to retirement, my family and I thought that it would be a great idea, you know, it'd be kind of cool to do it ourselves, invest our own funds, everything we've made in our lives, and try to do the same thing, and we found here an airport, like a lot of the airports in South Carolina, that are gold mines. They have an incredible potential in terms of what they can become.
And what do you do here, Marco?
So we have a charter company, so you can charter a full airplane from us. We have a maintenance facility, and they're all FAA regulated. We have an aviation academy for technicians and pilots, and then we have an FBO, which basically is an area and a facility to welcome customers. And
you're also on the Aeronautics Commission for South Carolina. Yeah. So how does that, from your perspective as a commissioner, how does that play and help support the infrastructure for these county airports?
So the Aeronautics Commission is fundamental from whether it's an airport that's fully funded by the FAA up to 90% or not. The Aeronautics Commission provides the remaining funding along with the counties for big projects and really provides all the infrastructure. We call it setting the table. Everything that's horizontal that typically you don't see, not glamorous, but it's what you want. I mean, it's like building the roads. You know, in Rome, the Romans used to build the roads first. Well, an airport needs to have runways, needs to have taxiways, needs to have, you know, drainage systems, and all of that is really provided by the Aeronautics Commission.
And so we've had a lot of discussion about the potential of the rural airports, and we visited all of them in the 7-county region. So from your perspective, what is that potential? What are those opportunities for these airports, Marco?
It gives me goosebumps. It's unparalleled. I mean, in South Carolina, we have an infrastructure of airports, and typically airports for a county are the biggest asset that they own. And if we leverage that asset, we could provide prosperity for all of our people in a way that we can't even imagine. And that's really the challenge. I mean, it's a challenge of how do you do that.
And so what are some of those challenges for some of the counties that just might not really understand the value and that potential of business being located on their property?
Yeah, you know, it's a mindset, right? We all look at the world from our prism, and the business prism and the government prism are different, and that's okay. It's just finding a way to work it together. So obviously, business people they make an investment, and then they like to capture their investment, and then they like to make an equitable return towards that investment. But historically, the airports have been more of a smaller kind of county, you know, gas stations people talk about, whatever it might be. But and so it's a shift in mindset, and some have done a good job at it. Others are on their way, but I'm encouraged that we can do that.
And as a spokesperson working with the Southern Carolina Alliance, 2 businesses or industries out there, what would you tell them about the opportunities here?
I think I said it's a gold mine. There are some of these airports, this airport in particular, that can be I think one of our representatives at a federal level said it's an oasis of opportunity, but really they can be inland ports, so logistics centers, all those things and I think the impact that we could have is just incredible. I mean, it truly is incredible.
And so at this time in your retirement, you still have the passion. Well, you love aeronautics, you love flying.
Yeah, and more about anything, you know, the biggest thing for me with Boeing was to see the impact on lives. I mean, we had people that lived that were born and raised in the ghettos, and there was an inflection in their lives and on their kids and so on that to me, at the end of the day, when you're done, you know, when we're really truly done, you know, you kind of look at it and say, what have I contributed? And I think we're trying to do that here, and you know, It's not always easy, but that's what drives us, and it's everybody. I mean, a lot of what we do is medical, transplants, all kinds of stuff, so things that help the community.
Marco Cavazonni, thank you so much for being with us on our program Behind the Golden Shovel.